Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Curse of Strahd. We had to miss last week, unfortunately, but we are back this week, and it's gonna be a fun time. As always, I'm Emma, also known as Emma Panada. You can find me here on my Twitch channel, or you can find me on Twitter at Emma Panada, where I largely just shitpost and troll my friends. Or you can also find me at allthewitches_, which is the Twitter account for a TTRPG that I'm writing. So I post updates and stuff there every once in a while, and you can go there if you would like. We have a dice giveaway going on that Twitter account right now. So if you want free dice, go join that giveaway. But let's see who else is with us here tonight. B, who are you?
I'm B. Hello, hi. I draw pictures of fantasy characters on the internet. I'll draw you fantasy art, babe. I don't know. I do art on Twitch Wednesdays through Fridays, cards on Mondays. That's me. Find me on it. The links, there they are.
Perfect. Amazing. Incredible. Next up, Monster X Bait.
I am Monster X Bait. I stream on my own channel sometimes, like today, but mostly I am here.
Nice. Perfect. And then Stacy.
Hello, I don't do anything on Twitch. I don't know how it works. And I have an Instagram, couple of chumps cosplay. I do have a cosplay plan for MegaCon. My best
Is it a gay pirate?
And my best friend's doing Chell from Portal, and then I'm gonna do a cool creative GLaDOS. So we're gonna see how that happens, how that works. Maybe it doesn't happen. Who knows?
I believe you can do this. And last but certainly not least, we have the wonderful Piper.
Hi everybody, I'm Matihi. You can find me here, mostly, running Curse of Strahd. You can also find me over on Luna's channel every other Wednesday, not this Wednesday, in their Wilds Beyond the Witchlight campaign. It is a Patreon campaign that they run. I will talk about other things that I'm having come up, big projects for the summer later at the end. But yeah, I'm your GM. Hi. Also, I do want to note, if we don't mind me going through this, that we do have, instead of our usual Taraka deck that we've been using, that I put a lot of minor thought into, and there's 52 fucking cards, and I'm never ever going to do that again. Instead of using the Taraka deck, we are now using the deck of many things for our card draws. So if you want to, I don't know, spend $5 to give someone a card, like, fucking please do it, or else I'm going to do it, and I'm going to make people roll a d20 to see who gets it, because I'm really excited. We are using Luna's rules for what each of the cards do. They don't go by standard deck of many things rules, but we will see what happens tonight.
Yes. Beautiful. With that mentioned, yes, donations are turned on for this game. If you want to pay real life money for in-game things, you can donate money to the channel. And depending on what you donate, it'll do different things. If you donate $5, we'll draw from the deck of many things. So all of the rules are in the corner of the screen, or they're underneath, kind of like in the donation part of the page, and you can look at that. But if you don't want to do that, that's totally cool as well. Just hang out and have a good time. So with all of that said, let's start this off, Matihi.
Of course. Though the sun could be rumored to be high in the sky in Barovia, moods were not quite to those heights. A long, arduous battle had taken place amidst the many twisted graves of various halflings, dwarves, human, and gnomes, atop what was called Yester Hill. An effigy come to life with a green acorn-shaped gem in its maw had nearly decimated the party, and a simic hybrid druid, along with its displacer beast pet, was there to clean up what remained. A deal was struck, at an unknown cost by Serana in order to save her friends. Ghislaine sacrificed their life for their friends as their heart was ripped out by the dread Lord Strahd. An old, dear friend was seen swirling mists before she was yanked back into the endless reality of Barovia. Inside Ghislaine's chest was a quiet thrum, but one that was cold. It beat almost ineffectually, but kept them upright. Serana now harbors inside a shadowy creature, and with every step, she feels as parts of herself start to run cold as the entity begins exploring its new vessel. But Serana's deal ended up saving the rest, and they and the gem suddenly found themselves on the cold stone floors of the Abbey of St. Markovia. Beautiful figure with slicked back blonde hair effortlessly approached them, healing Alfie's wounds with a single touch. The abbot invited the group into their home, allowing their companion, Vasilka, to guide them. Vasilka, on the other hand, looked marred by needle and thread, her skin held together by fine sewing craftsmanship. She spoke not a word, but led the group up the stairs. In the second floor of the abbey sat a familiar face. The face of Esmeralda looked upon the group as she was bandaging her arm. The last time you saw her was on the road as she was heading to Castle Ravenloft, while you continued along your way to the old bone grinder. She greets you all with a haughty smile before looking to Vasilka. No guests, I see. I'm sure there's room for all of us in the barracks. The battle-hardened woman rises to her feet, her brass leg clinging hard against the wooden floorboards. As she begins to rise, Vasilka continues along the way. To the south, there seems to be doors heading to a parapet. She opens them. You can see the mist slowly start to creep around the door, try to make their way inside. She kind of ushers you out. And Esmeralda looks to all of you and looks you up and down and says, "My, you all seem quite worse for wear. What happened to you?"
I'm fine.
Leans in a
We
bit
had a
and says,
rough day.
Almost died. That's fine though.
Died a little bit.
I know the feeling. Well, you're here. That's what matters. And she kind of stretches her arm a little bit and shrugs back on her large orange overcoat that she has. Well, do you want me to follow behind Vasilka and lead the way?
If Vasilka had, like, she's leading us to the bedrooms or something.
Seems to be leading you outside. You see, one moment, to kind of the south, you do see doors that open to the outside, and a parapet is there. You see basically like a little stone walkway, and to the south east you see that there is another section of this area.
I totally know what a parapet is, but if anyone in the comments doesn't know what a parapet is,
I think it's called a parapet.
I think it would be good to say what that is.
It's a type of bird.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, you know,
I feel
in
like it's a
castle-
building thing.
You know, in a castle where there's like, I think it's called parapet, where there's like little like bumps and stuff like that goes, and there's like a little like stone walkway that's there that, you know, behind castle walls, you can just kind of like look over and you can see like the enemies down.
Yeah.
That.
All right, everybody, you heard it here. Because that was for them and not me.
Thanks
Yep.
for the refresher.
Wanted to
It's
clarify
not a
that for
parapet.
everyone else.
It's a paratits. So they lead you out
Paratits.
to the paratits.
Yes.
I'm just gonna look
we're
around at my
going to
party.
that.
Do y'all seem, I guess, eager to rest? We've had a day,
Yes, absolutely.
so after you, I guess. I'll let you guys go first, following. Definitely not some doll person or something. It's all stitched Frankenstein-like style.
Another doll.
Esmeralda kind of leans over and says, I would be careful about how loud you speak. Silka has ears too. Sonan points over to the Silka, who's like just standing in the doorway,
Are
just
you
staring at all of you, holding this door open.
You say, are you... What's the word for this? A doll?
Frankenstein?
Are you like an animate object? I know that things can get... Does it seem like the way that you described it, does it look like, I'm imagining it's just like a big sewn together doll, or is it like a person?
They look like she looks like a person, but just with different like parts of here. Like just,
That
like,
doesn't look like a person. though.
in
No, why is she kind of hot though?
yeah, she's kind of got this like raven black hair, and this beautiful kind of bodice piece that wraps up and around her neck. You can see that a lot of her stitch lines that she has are kind of powdered over in white to try and obscure them, but most of
Okay.
you saw through.
She's a little lady.
If that's the case, and it's not like an obvious like we
Doll.
are guests type situation, then that's not. Yeah, no, I'm gonna be
She does look
conscientious of
a
that.
bit sad that you said that. Like the head hangs a bit, like down.
No offense meant.
And she just kind of
I think it's pretty cool.
shakes her head. I want you to make a persuasion check at disadvantage there, No Name.
Oh, damn.
It's already been offended.
Because I misunderstood the description of the
Persuasion?
Persuasion. That's a skill, right? That's still pretty fucking good. She seems to come around a bit and just kind of looks up to you and just kind of nods and like looks up at you as her head's kind of tilted down, and then makes gestures for you to follow.
I'll
Her gestures
follow.
are very. You see that her gestures are actually very fluid in the way that she, kind of brings her hand over. It's not jilted. It doesn't
Like she
stop.
practices.
Yeah, it's very practiced.
So she's gesture fluid?
She is gesture fluid.
filled with water.
I like her.
Alright. So you begin to follow, heading down southernwise towards the barracks, as they said. As you begin to head to the barracks, you see here, as you're walking, you see that scarecrows line the abbey wall looking outward. You see they wear tattered chain shirts and carry spears with rusty heads. As you kind of look down on the ground, you see that the courtyard is blanketed now in fog. You continue along your way. You see that you pass by a door on your left side as you head down. Basilka passes it without a second thought, continues down towards kind of the bottom corner of this parapet where it meets this other building. You see a kind of worn wooden door there. As she grabs at the handle and pulls it down, there's a big chunking noise as it begins to creak as she pushes it open. She gestures a hand for you all to enter.
I enter.
Did Esmeralda
enter.
come with?
Esmeralda's behind you.
Okay.
She is walking with. You can hear the slightly heavier step every time she kind of steps on her brass leg. You all kind of look into this room. No name. You're the first one to see. You see bunk beds that have kind of disintegrated with age. Are kind of stacked here. You see that the walls were once almost this wallpaper, but are peeling off, and you can see kind of the mold behind it. It's not a very pleasant room, nor a pleasant smelling one. The beds look more or less tidy.
Call top bunk.
Does it look like people just basically haven't really been here in a while? Or like if it is, it's very few at a time. I might go around and start magicking everything. You know.
Yeah, you go in there and it definitely looks like this place has not been cared for in a long time. This place hasn't seen any sort of gentle touch or any sort of fix at all. And thank you so much, Molly.
Molly!
Who do you want to give advantage to? As we do that, you kind of go in there and you see these kind of slightly moldy walls and you begin to clean them off. And while it is cleaning a lot of the mold off, you can still see that the peeled off wallpaper, of course, is still there, still curling. Esmeralda kind of goes towards the farthest corner away from the door and just plunks down in one of the beds. You can see like a little puff of dust come up as she sits down and says, home sweet home, at least for now. Kind of stretches and you can hear a few cracks of her back as she sits and lays down.
Glenn's gonna test the beds, like push on them to see if one might be able to take their weight.
Make me a strength check, please.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Gentle hands, Ghislaine. Gentle hands.
Yes, I will try. Did it not roll it? No, it didn't. Okay.
13. Yeah, you push down, you hear the creak underneath your hands as you think if you put a little bit too much more pressure, it might collapse. But as far as you can tell, it can probably hold you, though. You are a rock. You are a big rock. Rock or rock.
Maybe
These
just
beds-
not too many vigorous movements.
Yeah, no sex in the bed.
Dang it.
Damn.
Are there like, is it like a mattress? Or is it like some straw in a bag? How?
It's definitely like you check and you go like you pat it and it's definitely like stuffed with straw. There's not great accommodations. But Vasilka, like as she stands in the doorway as you all have entered, she just kind of looks to you and gives a very courteous bow, crossing her legs, gesturing her arms out wide as she bows in the doorway. For all of
Return the
you.
gesture. I imitate it.
Yeah, you bow back as well, and she gives a very courteous but short nod towards you.
Like I'm like trying to be a little apologetic for my earlier offense.
Ghislaine nods at her and says, thank you for letting us rest here.
No name,
So-
just nods.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do a
Vasilka
little-
just nods. Vasilka will like, you know what? I'm gonna roll for this. Vasilka will attempt to imitate you in your bow. Let me see. Let me see how well she does. No, we're not in Falaki. We're in Kresk. Kresk. Ooh, it's not great. 17. She does a pretty good job in like her fluid motions as she
There
kind
you
of bows.
go.
But she steps away and lets the door kind of gently come to a close, and you can hear it gently bang against like kind of metal on metal almost. Doesn't sound like she locked the door, just kind of left it to shut.
Let's go ahead and lock that.
So now that we're like alone,
With Esmeralda.
with
Oh yes, and
Esmeralda
also Bay. Bay is in
and
there
Bay.
as well, and
Wait,
just
she
like standing
made
in the
it?
corner. Yeah, you rescued Bay as well. Bay is standing in the corner saying, "I am terribly injured." You can see like sap just leaking from various like gaping
I thought I
wounds.
Did they
masculine
not heal
worded.
her too?
Oh, you did. There's a little.
I
bit.
farted I did a big heel queef.
Yeah,
and I
you
healed
did. So she's
everybody.
okay. She's okay. She has
Cool.
residual sap.
Wow. I'll like. I'll
Can't
go.
lick it off.
Is it?
Sorry.
You go over and you try to lick it off, and she's like, "What are you doing?"
Is it
I'm, like,
not like
batting you-
maple syrup?
No.
Is that not what's happened?
Is this a greeting that you have is to lick each other after
Oh.
battle?
No. No, it is
No.
not, Alfie. Please.
Okay.
I want to like. I guess tend. Is that a word? Like I want to try to cleric up the tree person. Like.
Yeah, you go over and you heal, and you kind of begin to work on and heal Bay.
Like if there's like leaves that have like the little bit of the brown stuff, you trim the brown part off to like
Yeah.
make it look nicer and stuff. Just to
So
spruce up for the night. It's given me something else to think about besides like, my hands going numb. It's
Yeah.
fine, it'll pass.
So
Get your
while
feet.
while that happens, No Name is gonna look at Esmeralda. So who are you?
Esmeralda looks at you, like arms behind the head, both eyes closed. You see her like open one to look at you and quirk an eyebrow and says, I was just about to ask the same question. Where's the other one that was with you? The short bob, orange hair.
I like look over and just like the look on my face is like the not good look. Like the no. I go, weren't you going to the castle?
Oh yes, I did attempt to go to Castle Ravenloft, but it was not quite friendly to me. I did not anticipate it, but turns out Strahd was not happy. I attempted to attend without an invitation. Picture that. Vampires, no invitation. Ironic.
The irony.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, she's not exactly
Well-
the nicest.
We have an invitation.
Oh. And Esmeralda immediately like turns to you with interest. You can see like the almost like a sparkle in her eye and says, "Oh, you have an invitation to Castle Ravenloft.
Would you like to be our +1?
I would love to be your +1.
What are your intentions once you get there?
To kill her.
Great.
Oh, good.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Are you attempting to kill Strahd as well?
Yes, yes, of
Yeah.
course.
Basically.
Ah, yes. I would not tell the abbot.
Why
Okay.
not?
The abbot has a complicated relationship, I think, with Strahd. I don't know all the facts just yet, but I have a feeling there's something not quite right.
Well, that is helpful to know. Thank you. We won't mention it.
Good. Oh, yes, my name is Esmeralda. What's yours? Looks over at you, no name.
I look
You can
expectant.
call me what you will.
I'll call you, and you see that she begins to say something to you. None of you hear it, but I would like you all to make me a perception check, please.
Hearing based?
Oh, sight based.
Oh, sight based. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Boo.
That's all right.
Four and five.
I never
This
see
makes sense.
shit.
This makes sense as who saw it. Sarana, you are the only one to see this. All of you kind of move on from this conversation after No Name says, "Call me what you want." And all the rest of you just hear, I'll call you No Name. That's essentially what it is. Sarana, you, on the other hand, it's almost if time kind of stops for a brief second. but for you it feels longer. You see, coming from behind No Name's shoulder, you see this hand, wispy and white, long fingers reach out and almost into Esmeralda's mouth as she begins to say a name and snatch it away. You see it kind of the hand retreat behind No Name's shoulder, raise up above their head.
When she was
and
just
disappear.
randomly trying to say a name.
But the scene resumes. And essentially what all of you have heard is, oh god, you know.
Very well.
So you said you all were in a fight. I'm intrigued. And I'm here for a little while at least. Care to elaborate? Or shall I just assume what it was? Terrible fight against some sort of fish.
mean-
Big cat, lots of tails.
Oh, cat at night.
God.
Eh,
And druids. There were druids.
Oh, you went to Yester Hill.
Yeah, Strahd ripped my heart out, literally.
I gave you a new one.
Oh,
Thank you, by the way, Serana. I don't think I properly thanked you, but I owe you my life. So
I got eaten by a tree.
that's true.
It was not the best time. No.
I missed a lot.
yes. My goodness. I feel like I missed a lot just hearing about this.
Yeah. I just think about I just want to sit there in silence for a little bit while I'm just like getting the last bits of like not dryad blood off of Bay, and I think about Stanithan. There's a tear in my eye.
Yeah, you're like kind of crying, and as you're like cleaning up Bay, essentially, you see Bay like start to lean towards you, and you see like her open her mouth and start to bring her mouth towards where your cheek is, where your like tears are running down your face.
It's not sap. You can't have it.
And they close their mouth and says, "Oh,
Do you need hydration?
I would love hydration. Please spray me with water."
Get the spritzer out.
You start misting. She like stands there like T-poses and just starts like wandering around in a circle.
Be
You guys
sure to
water
get
the
a lot
plants?
at her feet.
Watering the plants.
I do have a water skin. I could maybe like
Yeah, no, I have water. I will.
How does one skin water?
It's a container made out of skin that holds water.
Interesting. Whose skin?
I don't know.
animals usually. I think traditionally they're made out of flowers.
I look at my stinky bag of holding. I don't know.
The stinky band of holding looks back.
Turn to the abyss. Eyes open. I was like fart.
Esmeralda kind of looks at you all and says, "Well, I am glad you all aren't dead, for one. It's good to hear other people are confident enough to be against that bitch. Do I have a question though? Did you ever find Von Richten at all?"
We?
I don't think so. No.
You did not.
Have I, because No Name has been here longer than the rest of the group, have I ever met Von Richten?
No, but I would like you to make me a history check, please.
Not my highest stat.
13, yeah. Not sure. Probably not. Like, you're not quite sure who that person is exactly. Never heard the name.
Cool.
Esmeralda does kind of look at you expectantly, but curiously.
Can't say I know him.
Damn. That's a disappointment. You see a kind of face twist a bit and says, He's got I might go see if he's left anything at his tower.
He has a
Maybe.
tower,
Yes. Very close to here, actually.
and you've been looking for him.
I've looked there before. And
Okay.
I left to
You
look other places. Maybe look
Anticipated my
again.
next question.
I did. I'm very good at anticipating.
When were you thinking of going?
Esmeralda thinks for a moment and says, honestly, until they figure out what's happening here, I'm wondering. You see her kind of like sit back. Now she kind of leans. You see her look around a bit in the room. Then she like ushers you all to come closer towards her, like sitting in the bed. Yeah, you scoot forward. And she says, I know that there are other things in this place, so I do not want to speak too freely. But I have a feeling that maybe Strahd will come here soon, so I lie in wait.
Here?
Until she does. Yes. But
Oh.
maybe.
She comes and finds us quite often, so
Why is she so obsessed with us?
She comes to find you?
Yes.
You see like the
Yes.
incredulous look on her face.
Yes.
Why did she come to find me?
I don't know. If
You
you would like
want
to
her
stay, if you would like to meet with her, you're welcome to travel with us, and I'm sure
Right.
she'll arrive after a day or so.
I'm usually a lone wolf when it comes to these things. I find groups sometimes.
If you're a lone wolf, how are you going to be our +1 to the wedding?
I don't have
That's a
to
good
travel with you
question.
all the time, do I? To get a +1? Is that a caveat?
I was gonna make us matching dresses.
Oh, that would be neat.
I'm smashing without the dress.
Mm.
A dress would cover that beautiful leg.
I'm not going to cover this leg. Like,
We'll
put
do
it
a big
like
slit.
up.
Oh, a big side slit actually would be pretty.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
T-length.
And as you talk about fashion, and you begin to rest, is there anything any of you would like to do before the evening comes upon you?
I think I'm gonna save the thing that I have to do for the morning, but I also think that Elaine tries to fit in this bed and realizes that they're too long, so just pulls all of the stuff, like pulls stuff onto the floor and makes this like long bed on the floor.
You make this like long bed on the floor, just making it as comfortable as you can in this area. And is there anything anyone else would like to do?
Alfie is very smitten with the top bunk.
Can you even get up there? Like, do you?
I will
Is
climb
there a
it.
ladder? Do you need boosting?
As if Ghislaine would not gently place me onto my bed.
Yes, that is
Okay.
true.
I don't need a ladder. I have an elevator.
She just like holds out her hand like this and is like,
Ow.
I go uppy.
do you want to like do airplane?
Airplane.
Prestidigitation, I feel like only gets stuff so clean,
Mm-hmm.
and we've been through some shit, and I think that like nobody really sees a lot except for when I've schlorped out of my clothing to get hairy, but I think I need to just like spend some time in prayer. I'm just gonna be polishing all my leathers. Basically, it's just gonna be a lot of leather polishing. I pruned and I spruced up the tree, and now I'm gonna take care of me. Self care.
Self care. You
Elf-care.
take some time to do some self care, Sarana. As you're kind of like sitting maybe in a corner or something, kind of cleaning, you hear the familiar voice of your new friend in your head as you're beginning to pray. And they kind of cut through and say,
So, Sarana, who do you pray to?
I mean, you could listen.
Oh,
I was in the process.
well, I would love to know all about them, if possible. I know some from poking around.
Oh, I will gladly, in my head, the whole. I'm preaching to myself, I guess. Yeah, I will begin to talk about my God. And then, if I'm not interrupted after a little bit, I'll just ask, and who are you?
Oh, to be fully honest, no one's really given me a name before. I haven't needed one. Would you like to give me a name? Sarana?
I would, but I'll need to think on it.
Oh, I can feel you thinking.
Can be Stanathan.
No! Jonathan number 2.
Stanathan 2
Junior.
Stanathan 2 Junior. Senior.
No. I feel like I should get to know you a little better before I name you.
What would you like to know?
Where did you come from?
This was a very long time ago, but I came from a place very, very far away from here. Plains far beyond where even you came from. Much more painful, boring. This is fun. This place is very fun.
The excitement tends to fade into tedium after a while, honestly.
Not quite for me. Everything is new. Every single person is new. And that's where the thrill of it lies. And soon you will experience the thrill too, Sarana.
Sweet. That sounds exciting.
As the laugh begins to fade, you're kind of settled down for the night. Eventually, the Silka comes and kind of gives you, there's like a tray in her hands, and begins to kind of put it down. There's like porridge in it, nothing too interesting. And you do see a note that has been slipped onto the tray as well. Folded nicely. You can tell just peeping at it, there's beautiful calligraphy inside.
Thank you so much.
You see the Silka bow again, just their head this time, before backing up and leaving the room.
Is it... I feel like I had already, like, snacked on a ration.
And then there's porridge in front of
And
you.
there's porridge. It's like a dessert.
Second dinner.
I could make it taste like a dessert.
You do see there is also wine that accompanies this.
Oh. Well, then instead of acknowledging the porridge, like if I just go wine, just loud enough.
Wine! You alert everybody to the
Wine.
wine that's
Wine.
on this tray.
I'm up.
Wine.
Porridge and wine. The best
Porridge and
combination.
Such a good combination. So you all kind of indulge in the wine. And
I'll eat the porridge too.
Retreat.
and the porridge as well. Does anybody read the note that is on the tray?
I'll read it.
So you open the note, kind of unfurl it, and begin reading. It's the abbot, or from the abbot, inviting you tomorrow afternoon if you would like to come down for lunch. Back to that center hall.
How nice is the abbot's handwriting?
You look at it, it is beautiful. It has been like mastered. You see that like everything is so precise, it almost looks like a type font. All the letters line up, all the G's are the same, the Y's, everything is just stamped perfect almost.
Does it smell weird?
You take a sniff from it, and as you inhale, it smells like kind of just cinnamon and chocolate. It's very
Okay.
delicious. That like slight whiff that you get from it.
Well, is this like a letter addressed to all of us?
Yes.
I look
All
over.
6 of you, because there's the 4 of you, and then you have Bay and Esmeralda in the room with you.
I look at everybody and I just say, well, we were, I guess, invited to stay for lunch.
Well, that's
So,
one less thing to worry about then.
were you able to get the answers that you were looking for from the abbot, Ghislaine?
I wasn't yet. I figured I would talk to them tomorrow morning if I could.
I think
Be
it is the
careful.
morning, right?
No, it's
No,
like going
okay.
into evening at this time. So it's kind of winding down. You see that the sun has begun to set. From what you can tell, you see the various kind of oranges and purples start to mix in. As you look out the window to the south, you can see just the horizon as the sun, you assume, begins to set.
I feel like we've earned a bit of sleeping in and getting served lunch. I feel not against that concept. And Ghislaine has to talk to the abbot anyway, so like,
That's true.
That's fine. I'm just gonna lay down and pass the fuck out. Even though it's like very early in the evening.
Yeah, I mean, y'all have been
Same.
pretty heavily injured. So y'all kind of,
I'm fine. I'm great.
yeah, you're fine. You're great.
You look great, Savannah.
As you kind of lie down and begin to slumber for the eve, I'd like all of you to roll me just a d20, please.
I love it.
Okay.
I love this for us.
An 11 for Emma. A 12 for Alfie. A 4. You know what? I'm gonna go with Ghislaine for this one because I feel like it'll be fun with Ghislaine. Ghislaine. As you sleep, you begin to dream. You begin to be pulled back into old dreams of seeing Fern get pulled away from you, being a separation line getting bigger and bigger, as it almost seems like a cavernous expanse has expanded between the two of you. With her being in the hands of the hags and you being here with your friends. And you feel yourself beginning to almost weep. As you kind of like laying on the floor, you awaken and you kind of feel that there's like tears running down your face. Do you still have the belt on?
Yes. Yeah.
So you kind of blink open for a moment, as one does when they are awoken from a very sad dream. And you see kind of your head turns slightly, and in almost this black and white imaging, as you can't quite see color in this, you see almost this entirely black mass laying very close to your face. And as you kind of look up, you see this like single eye, very large, just staring at you from between this black curtain of hair, just unblinking, staring at you.
Silka?
And you hear, you can't see any of their other features besides their eye, and you almost hear this like very soft kind of whispering as they begin to speak. And you hear,
I want the rain from your eyes in mine. Rain in my eye.
I don't know what you mean. Sorry. Are
you feel them getting closer towards you.
So I'm just gonna like take some of the tears from my face and like put it on my hand and put it towards the eye.
They like put their eye on your hand. And here. Gooey.
Oh no!
No.
All right. Can I go back to sleep now?
They like kind of rub their eye face into your hand. And eventually they just kind of like, you see them shuffle and stand, and they're very, very slender. These kind of long arms that kind of just hang in the front. This is not Basilka. This is someone else.
That's what I like.
You see
I
this
think-
like curtain of hair. It's like, it looks wet. And just like the eye, only the eye is showing currently. They look completely covered in like this almost like dirty clothing as they like stand back to their feet and just stare down at you.
Is their entire face an eye? Because that's what I'm picturing right now.
It's just like very much like The Grudge. All you see is like that single eye that's there, and it's just a curtain of like 60-inch long hair. It just looks wet.
That's the only image I have in my head right now. Is either the girl from The Ring or The Grudge.
Yeah.
Is it like an eye that's right in the middle, or is it just
No,
like,
it's to the side, but it's
oh,
just
okay.
open.
Like her face is just
staring.
covered.
She doesn't look like, as you like stare, does not look like she has an eyelid.
Oh. Okay. Oh, Ghislaine thinks in their head that's probably why they wanted the tears. Like,
Hey, moisture.
some dry eyes. Be like,
Moisture
"Stress
eyes."
me." You know, you could probably just put some water in your eye, and that would be okay.
I want face juice.
Okay. I would just like try to like mop up with like a handkerchief or something, or like something around me, maybe like a blanket or something. Any of the like tears that I have, and I'm like, here.
You see them take their hands and they take it from you, and you see they like lean back, like their body kind of arcs backwards, and the hair like slops a bit backwards, kind of flopping onto the floor as it like goes off their shoulders. And you see kind of almost sewn into them, and almost like little kind of gaping parts, you see just numerous mouths like on their shoulders and down their arms
No.
as they begin to like wring out this cloth of tears into their eye.
You got real dry eyes there, friend, don't you? That.
Thank you.
And as they do, they like put the cloth
Right.
down and they like set it very gently next to you before turning, and you see them like shuffle towards the door and like quickly and quietly squeeze out and leave.
Nobody else heard anything.
I didn't like that.
I'm glad. I'm glad. I
We're
need
better
that.
for it.
Alfie didn't need that.
This is probably one of the weirder monsters that Ghislaine has ever seen. Ghislaine has seen some like weird stuff, but this is like, this takes the cake. They just didn't want to be mean and be like, what the?
I appreciate the diplomacy first attitude. I really do.
Yeah.
Could I ask, the mouths that are sewn onto her, is it just like lips, or are they like mouths like there's a whole ass like
Were they?
inner mouth and teeth and throat?
You're not sure because you're not awake. And Ghislaine only
I'm not,
saw
but I'm
closed
just
mouths.
so darn curious.
Do
That
they
is a-
have lips, or is it just mouth opening?
A couple of them
You
had
know what
some
I mean?
thick
Yeah.
snake bite piercing.
They used to have two with snake bites.
One has a lip ring.
That was gonna be my question. Or like, are they like opening and closing, or are they
I'd
just
be like,
You didn't see them at that moment. You didn't see them at the moment open.
Sure.
No.
I hate that.
Ghislaine's gonna like pull the covers from their feet, like try as much as possible to like cover their head. And be like, I'm just going back to and try to make a cocoon because they don't want their like feet sticking out either. Because there's a very real possibility that something will grab their feet.
Tuck in your little peats and hide underneath the covers as best as you can.
Trying to get like as small as possible under this blanket and be like,
Protect your juices.
As you do that, you hear like the door kind of creak open very softly, and you hear very like quiet whispers again, and then you hear "sleep well" before it, and you hear it kind of close again.
Ghislaine is pretending to be asleep, like eyes just as tightly shut as possible. Is like, I'm not opening my eyes. I'm not opening my eyes until morning.
I'd like you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
The door opens again. Did you hear me? I said sleep well.
Do you need a hug? Do you need my face juice?
There'll be no exchange of juices. Oh no.
You are going to take a level of exhaustion.
Damn.
Can I use one of my advantages?
To reroll that.
Yeah, you got like 20 advantages.
Yeah.
So
Where's the list of what
I
we
thought I
have?
had-
It's viewer rewards. It's in the handouts.
Yeah, let me show it to you. Oh.
B, you have 8 advantages.
Oh, shit. Stop giving me advantages.
Give advantage.
I forget.
It's all good.
Oh, okay.
So you can
okay.
roll con again if you'd like.
Please don't suck. Please don't suck. Yes.
18. You were woken up just late enough that you can eventually, even though you're terrified, you do get back to sleep. And eventually you do all awaken in the morning.
How does the healing work?
So for the healing, you get, because you're technically in a bed, you each get 2d6 back. Of course, before you sleep, you should always spend all of your hit die because you'll get all of your hit die back in the morning, but you only get 2d6 of healing on sleep.
I am going to spend all of my hit die then.
I'll say it was from the night before. That's no problem. So as morning comes, there's no chirping. That's outside, of course. No chirping of birds. You do hear a soft kind of coming from the window. It's a bit muffled. As you kind of look up and you see just their beak kind of going bunk, 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 bunk against the window, you see a raven that's there. Going,
Oh, that's. I probably think that's my buddies. we're bonded with lycanthropy. Is it always maybe? Is it always lycanthropy even if it's not a wolf?
Yes.
I don't know.
Or
No, it's
something
bird-canthropy.
else.
Bird-canthropy, yeah.
Yeah, something can.
Acanthropy.
Yes, I get the window little.
Bird throppy.
Yeah, bird-thropy. You see the bird. It doesn't come in. It just kind of stands at the window and just like looks up at you and like quirks its head to the side and seems to like take all of you in for a moment.
Yeah, I think we like teleported or something. I know, because if you guys remember, I had that idea before to send the birds while we
bird
did
just
we
get
did a
here?
thing, and it was a ways, and then we just kind of got here. But you know what? I really appreciate you showing up.
It just kind of like pecks at the ground for a moment and just looks up at you.
Do you need anything? Like, do you have the note?
It just like looks down at its leg and like tucks it back up into its feathers and just like looks up at you.
Can
I
you
mean,
can you not turn back into a person for this conversation?
I would like you to make me nature checks.
I think it's just a bird, right?
I think they're just birds.
I'm pretty sure they're just birds.
So no name. This is definitely one of the were-ravens.
Of course.
100%.
Yeah.
It's like why are they making these noises? They could turn back into a person. Who knows?
No, I like it. I'm all for it. I spend whole nights just
Alfie's
looking around a room because I could.
Pissing on things.
No.
Alfie, yeah, it's probably a bird.
That's a fucking bird.
I would be able to smell it, right? Like,
Probably.
I go, are you in danger? Caw twice if yes. If you're not, get in here.
It hops
Actually, I look over.
inside.
Wait, I look over at Esmeralda. I go, hold
Yeah.
on a second. I look over.
Esmeralda.
Is she like still, like sleeping or what? What's?
Give me a sec. Let me see. Is she still sleeping?
Yeah, miss. Are you sleeping? Oh, I have. Oh,
Esmeralda has a chicken leg now.
She's pretending to sleep and it's very obvious.
She's like,
Yeah, you hear like it is very obvious. You can like see her like opening an eye to peek as she fake snores.
You know you're not very good at that.
She starts snoring louder.
That's the snoring louder doesn't make it
It's
more
called
convincing.
Acting.
I go,
And
I
you're
get real
bad at
close.
it.
I get real close to the raven. I'm like, probably for the best. Just, this is it's a friendly bird. Don't you talk to animals? She's just like loud snoring. Anyway, we'll deal with the abbot. I appreciate you coming. If the wine is on the way, it would be. If the wine is on the way, it would be appreciated.
No, it like the bird like trots a bit towards you and looks up at you and like its beak gets really close to your ear and you hear ah.
I go,
And it just like it kind of flaps a little bit in your face, but then turns around and flaps it and flies out the window.
Well, that was an
did it
experience.
give me the note? Did it have a note on its?
Had zero note. There's no note. It was just there.
It was just there. It just came
Just
to
a
say
fucking
hello.
bird.
This might have just been a fucking bird that want to hang out. Who knows?
You just whatever.
It's
Very
just a
good.
very friendly.
I'm so sorry. I had speak to animals. I don't know why.
Don't you have a lute that just makes you like forever friendly with animals? You can literally just Disney princess anytime you want.
That's true.
But you did not. You did not speak to this raven. I'm disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. No inspiration for you.
I spoke to the raven and I don't even speak raven.
I thought about it halfway and I went.
Don't you guys, if you have pets,
That
don't you
bird's vibing.
literally have conversations like that where like your cat will just be like meow and you're like, oh really? Tell me more. And then the cat's like meow and you're like, you did not.
My cat has full conversations. It was in his description at the adoption agency that it said Harry's soft conversation.
Yeah, so
It's
that's what
not
I was
soft.
doing.
It's
I
hard.
was just,
It's hard. It's
so I close the window
Mhm.
and go. Oh, I was gonna sleep in.
Well, I
forgot.
mean, should we wake Esmeralda up now? I mean, if we're
we
all
should-
going to
It was a
get
hard
breakfast
night.
or something?
I think we were
I-
invited for lunch, not breakfast.
You see that she like
But we
stumbles awake and says,
We
"Hello,
can-
I'm awake. It's fine. I've woken up out of my beauty sleep."
Yes.
Yeah,
So we were invited to lunch, but we can still find breakfast somewhere.
We could probably find something. Yes.
question. Did anyone notice someone in the room last night that wasn't here to begin with? You know, a visitor.
Oh God.
No,
Did
I
we not
was.
lock the door? I thought I
I can't
locked
keep
the door.
doing evening visitors.
I
Um,
was very much asleep.
Maybe it was just a dream, but I feel like it really wasn't. Someone was in here last night.
Did anything weird happen?
Yes, yeah, it was. the
Yeah,
whole
anything
thing.
weird?
what is really weird?
Are you okay? I walk up.
Please tell us. What was it?
Well, all I saw at first was an eye and lots of hair. Very big eye and lots of hair. And they asked for my face juices because I guess I was having a nightmare and
Like
crying.
your snot?
No, like tears.
I should have rubbed snot on them. I go up, I sniff. I do a good sniff.
They smell like salt.
I'm sorry. They had long hair and an eyeball. Was it just Vasilka?
That's what I thought at first, like when I first woke up. But then they kind of like stood up and long, wet hair, lots of mouths. Not at all like Basilica.
Like how many mouths?
Oh yeah, how many?
I didn't
Approximately.
really count. A lot.
I'm sure it was just a dream.
You could keep that to yourself. You can
I-
have that.
Yeah. I hope it was weird.
They didn't do anything to you, did they?
No, I just gave them what they asked for, and then they just like
Your face
Left.
juices.
You gave them
Like,
your body
how did
fluids.
you give them your face juice?
I just wiped my tears off and gave it to them. They didn't have an eyelid, so it seemed like they were very, their eyes were very dry.
Oh,
maybe.
did you tell them to use water?
Yeah, I did, but
Water's not the same.
yeah, water's not. I mean, if you have to go around harvesting tears from other people, that gets strenuous.
I just feel like they could have done it in a less creepy way and with less mouths.
They could have asked me when I was awake.
I would feel a lot better if they did that. Also, didn't we lock the door last night?
I think that, even inside now, I feel like this is a on watch place. Just always.
They weren't aggressive or anything. They just seemed to.
Ghislaine, they
Want some
wanted your
tears.
face juices and they had a lot of mouths.
What about if
I'm
it's
not really
the first
convinced
night
that's
it's face
positive.
juice and the second night it's something else?
Like snot, maybe.
First they
have a
want you to
dry-
be friends, then they want to kill the rest of your friends. It doesn't bode well.
It doesn't end well, no.
That's a pretty good point, actually.
I could potentially find your missing face juices if this is something that actually happened.
I
What?
mean, I'm good without. I don't need it back.
Could I? I'm not doing this, but
Are you
just a
sure?
dumb idea of using
Locate
locate object to find Ghislaine's
Oh,
face juices.
100% you can do that.
Do
Let's
it.
go,
Do
Skippy
it.
Do
Doo.
it.
Do it.
Esmeralda says, I don't usually leave this room unless I'm invited outside. I will be perfectly honest.
I'm
It's-
gonna
I
do
hear
it.
Weird noises.
Let's find the face juice.
Yeah.
You so what does it look like as you cast this spell?
Yeah, I pull out my holy symbol and I do a little wishy woo with my hand and say wishy woo, and then suddenly I know where the face juices are.
What's your holy symbol again?
I have got like a necklace.
So you realize that it's kind of like this sense, almost like this little like trail that's like slightly golden. Only you can see this, in a sense. You see that it's like a little clairvoyance strip. It seems to be leading towards where this is. And you see that it goes out of the room. You can sense that the object itself is well, it's definitely where is my this doesn't have any cardinal directions. I love when my maps don't have cardinal directions and
Make it up.
so you know that this is I have to compare it with the other map because there's two and they're both inverted and weird. So this would be farther to the east, but downstairs.
Well, I don't know if this is good news or bad news, but apparently this is something that happened last night, and do you
Well, I'm
want to
not
go say
crazy.
hi?
Sure. Yeah, I'm not crazy, so I'm happy about that. But
Great, well, let's go see what this creature is, and then we can go have our lunch.
Yeah, I put on my armor. I'm like, I don't. It's just nope. Strapping up. Here
Yes,
we go.
everybody get ready just in case.
Esmeralda says, I'll come with you, I guess.
Oh,
Stretch
you're
my
curious
legs.
in the creature with one eye and 1,000 mouths?
I'm more interested in defending you in case anything seems to come up.
What if it's
I
just
feel.
Strahd in disguise again?
Exactly, then I can kill her.
Wait, maybe that was that assassin.
Maybe.
Very well. Follow me. I'm gonna start following the path.
You begin following the path leading you outside the room back towards the parapets. You see that the trail leads you back into the room that Vasilka had passed by, the one that's slightly to the north of your room entrance. You see there's another kind of old, not very taken care of, heavy oaken door that's there.
It's open.
You can try it.
I try to open it.
It does open. As
Kick it in anyway.
boot it down. You see this here. It's inside a kind of wooden counter shaped like an L. Stands at the front of it. Almost looks like an office space. All the other furniture in here has rotted away, leaving heaps of moldy wood and faded cloth. As you kind of walk out and into there, Ghislaine and Sarana, you can hear, and you do see that as you enter that room, you look to your right and there seems to be a staircase heading downwards. You see that trail leading down the path. But there is, still continuing to your east, another door. But you look down the stairs, and Ghislaine and Sarana in particular, you can hear just what sounds like almost pacing, like a slight echo on the stone floor, coming from downstairs as well.
Past, like through the door downstairs, or like further down.
So you're in the office itself, and directly as you enter this office space, you look to your right and you see a staircase going down. The footsteps are coming from down the stairs.
But they're pacing, not like coming toward us.
No, they just seem to be pacing on kind of a stone floor, just back and forth and back and forth.
I think it's down there. Do you want me to go first?
I mean,
Well, the trail does lead down there.
it does.
Yes. I'm fine going first.
Okay. I'll be right behind No Name in case something jumps out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in the middle because I'm not being last.
All right. So sorry, who's first?
Me.
Okay. No name. You begin to kind of walk down the stairs. You can hear that pacing going on. Start to hear it now clattering across the ground, just very evenly paced. And as you make it to the ground floor, you see in this space. Gotta find the description. In here. As you make your way into this area, it's kind of a wider set area. You see this room almost looked to be kind of an office space, another one, as evidence from remains of a desk and a chair, both of which have been smashed to pieces. You can hear farther to the east that pacing noise leading almost into kind of a darkened hall that goes down. No lights seem to be coming in at all, and you can kind of see almost a shadow moving away from you. You also hear this very soft, almost like a wet slapping sound against ground. From somewhere, still down the hall, but off to the right.
Is anyone there?
The pacing stops. You hear from down the hall. Hello?
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 Are you the one looking for face juice?
You hear the pacing, very slow and methodical, start to come towards you. Ghislaine and Serana, you kind of look down as you round the corner. Ghislaine, you do see in black and white this outline of more of a masculine person. You see that, again, arms very long. Their hands look to be about 3 times the size that they should be, just these gigantic hands. They almost look to be like stitched together kind of appendages that are stuck into almost hand forms. And you see them holding their face in these large hands. So there's kind of a slumped over position as they're like very slowly padding towards you. Serana, you can kind of see a little bit down the hallway, but there's almost this darkness to this person. You can't see their individual aspects, but there's almost like this void of a figure, a silhouette almost, that's coming towards you. No name and Alfie, you just see kind of this shadowy entity come towards, coming more into the light, as you do see that there's 2 windows to your north and south that are streaming in some light and pushing it slightly down the hallway.
Hey, this is like the whole thing is the Abbott's, like, this is like the place, right? Of the Abbott. That's like, they're the head person of this place. Why don't we just not? And then we could just ask the Abbott, what the fuck is with your eye juice people? Can we not mess with that thing?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea, but whoever this is, they aren't who I saw last night.
Oh,
Yeah,
this
that's-
isn't the eye juice person.
That's more for the case. That
There's
is
more than
more.
one.
I don't want to. Yeah, that's even worse. Let's just fucking leave.
Hello?
Yeah.
And they begin coming closer and
Crispy.
closer. And you can see they get about maybe 15 feet away from the group of you. And you hear behind muffled hands saying, "Did you bring any faces?"
Nope. No faces
No.
here.
Pass.
No extra faces on us today.
How many do you need?
"Did you bring any faces?"
No.
As they begin to remove their hands from covering their head, you can see that it almost looks like there's 2 kind of nails in their head, and you see very much like laundry just these faces that are hung over these nails hanging in front of their head. Just the skin. And
Is
that's where we're going to pause for now.
Is
and take a
is
break.
Piper, I want to sleep tonight.
No. All right, everyone, we're gonna take a little 5-minute break.
Yeah.
Before we come back to the face man.
We'll be right back. Thanks, Piper.
You're welcome.
Yay!
Yay!
Hello, everybody. We are back. Thank you so much for waiting. Wandering, thank you so much for the gift sub. I really appreciate it. To the person who has the least, me and Stacy are tied. I'm gonna give it to Stacy. So Stacy, you get another advantage.
Beautiful.
And thank you, Matehe. I think I pronounced that correctly. I apologize if I didn't. Matehe has donated $5 for a card draw. So
Yes. So what I heard, all of you have to roll me a d20, and whoever gets the highest gets the card.
You're not just gonna give it to Emma Panda?
No, I could. Yeah.
oh no.
Emma Panda. That's good. It's whoever gets the highest gets the card.
But I wanted a card.
Valid. Get your own cards. Someone get cards. $5. So far, looks to be Monster. Monster. Tell me
Monster when that shit's
Ooh.
born.
I was gonna say, is this good, bad?
Who knows? Tell me when to stop.
1, 2, 3, and stop.
Okay. So I'm gonna look at this card. Interesting. All right. So we come back to this this person thing. Coming out from the shadows, you see
I'm
a little bit of
gay.
light. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's Izzy hands. You see the light trickling in from both the north and the south windows, going towards, and you can just get kind of a slight outline as he begins to remove his extremely large hands away from his head, and you see just the skin of a face kind of strung up, hung by the forehead on these 2 nails jammed into his head. As you kind of look at it, you can tell there's like layers of face skin going behind. So he looks to you and says, "Have you brought any faces?" And starts to like come towards you, extending his hands.
No faces today. What happened to you?
I need faces for my collection. Starts to continue to walk towards you another 5 feet.
And why are you collecting faces?
I need them.
Okay.
They're the only thing that makes me happy.
You seem to have a lot of faces already. Have you thought about making them out of paper mache?
Have you brought any faces? And
We-
takes another step.
No. Close the door.
We have no faces for you. And I place a hand on my swords, like as a threat of like, stop there. And Wandering Confused, thank you so much for the $5 for a card for Emma.
Thank you so much. I will let people know who are kind of late to the party. We are no longer using the Taraka deck. We are now using the deck of many things for this. So Emma, tell me when to stop.
Don't stop.
Not stopping.
Don't stop. Don't stop. Stop!
Believe it.
Okay. I'm not good at telegraphing things. I'm very excited. So, you put your hand on your sword. He just continues to approach. You have nice faces.
Aw, thanks. I'm like,
Can I have your face?
No.
I'm using it. Maybe when I'm done.
It's a fine addition to my collection.
No.
You wouldn't like mine. It's tough.
I like new textures. And just continues to walk towards you. He's
Oh,
about
now I
5
like
feet
him.
of you.
No, close the.
You're like kind of in the hallway. Here.
Yeah, we're
let
in
me-
like a stairwell.
show
We're not
ya.
behind a
Maybe
door.
we need a visual aid, cause like.
I would love to give you a visual aid.
Absolutely not. How did we even get in here?
You came to the stairs.
Do you know the woman or person that's looking for eye juice?
He stops for a moment and says, "You're not looking to give me faces."
We're not looking to give you faces.
Sorry, buddy.
I'm happy to
Nope.
give you a nice conversation.
Make
There was a lot of mouths on somebody
persuasion check,
earlier.
please.
Persuasion? Okay.
Yeah.
We can find you some faces. I have a mask.
Ooh, I would like to use advantage.
Please do. Yeah!
Nice, okay.
Thank
He
God.
has stopped. And you see that he says, "Oh, you're right. You are lacking faces. You only have one. Here." And you see he reaches his hands up and starts detaching the face from the nails and pulls it. And you see another face that's underneath.
Nope.
More of a feminine one. As he like rips it off and you see that it pulls. Kind of like just very stringy before it snaps, and then he extends it towards you, No Name. Here you go.
I take it.
Thank you, but
You
that's
take-
all right. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Would be rude not to accept the gift.
Do you
I think-
want a face too? Turns to
I'm
you
okay. You need all the faces.
How
you
many
have,
faces
right?
do you have?
Thank you for sharing.
Let me
but-
check one, and starts to, like peel them up, like
Not all the way.
almost like. Sticky
Are they
notes.
fresh?
It's like
Do you remember their
No.
names?
No, I don't know. I remember my name.
Were they alive when you got them?
And just kind of like stops for a moment. I don't know. I don't think so. They come in the car in the morning.
Who brings you this cart?
Oh, it's the cart, man. With the cart of faces.
Do one of the faces have eyelids?
Yeah, he like pulls it up and again like just sticky notes, and like there's one that does have eyelids, like pretty eyelashes.
We should give it
we
to
could give
the
the
little
one with
eyelidless.
somebody who wanted eye juice. Look, everybody. It seems like everybody here is there's poor communication, and I
Yeah.
feel like if you're willing to donate a face, maybe somebody else could donate a mouth. And, you know, mouths
That's true.
are part of a face, and this entity had plenty of them.
That's so
Maybe you guys
many.
could have a little
Chit chat.
communication, little chit chat. You know, maybe a spark will blossom between you.
Is it? He's like, are you talking about Mishka?
Mishka,
Mishka.
I
Does Mishka
suppose.
not
Yeah.
have? Does Mishka need eye juice?
Yeah.
Can
Oh.
we see Mishka?
Oh, she can see you. And like puts down the faces, and you see that he turns and says, "Come on, I'll show you. She's got a nice room." And starts like walking down the hallway at a very even pace.
Do I trust this?
This
I'm
happens.
following. I'm following, but I'm leaving a 5-foot space between us.
Does anyone mind if I'm like right behind No Name just in case?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I want Bay to stay in the back with me. Are these like doors?
Yes, you see to your left and to your right. Actually, I might have a thing for this. You see to your left and to your right, there are these very like there's these almost metal doors that are here, very heavy, probably made of iron, you assume. They look to be kind of black and almost like a kind of an irony silver color, very rusted. And as you pass some of the doors up here, you hear that like squishing and squelching noise coming from inside.
It sounds juicy. Juicy.
Juicy.
I don't
I
like
like
all
the
the
soppy
juices.
hair noise.
Now I'm gonna let Esmeralda and Alfie go in front. I'll hold up the back with Bay. I'm gonna keep Bay in front of me
will
though.
say, "Don't worry, I'll protect you from if anything seems to come out." And Bay says, "Should we take a face? I like this person."
They were offering them, and then they stopped.
I've got a face.
I kind of wanted one.
have a face. I mean, you can get a face if you like. Gosh, give me 1 sec.
We should have taken some faces before we left Yesterhill.
Damn.
You should have.
Didn't really like pack up and leave a whole lot, you know?
Yeah, it was
Just kind of.
Oh, I like this. So, as you kind of hold that face in your hand, you feel it almost kind of dry as you're holding onto it.
No,
It seemed
keep
very
it-
wet when you took it, but it seems to almost dry before you into something kind of hardened.
It's like paper mache.
a little paper mache face.
Full leathery?
You should have
Leathery.
shaped it to your face before, and then you could have had a cool mask.
I'm gonna
And-
like look at it.
Yeah, you kind of look at it and you look towards the front, and it's very like a nondescript kind of face. Doesn't have any like mouth hole, doesn't have any eyes. So you could put it on. But as you hold in your hands, you feel that there's something to this. You have drawn the sun card. You get a wondrous item.
My wondrous item is a fucking face.
excellent.
Requires
Couldn't have been a
attunement.
name, huh?
It requires attunement.
Requires attunement.
Stop. It's time to stop.
You could fashion it into a
I
hat.
love this for you.
Oh god.
Oh,
Gross.
you have a face.
I'm just gonna
wear it. You're gonna wear
Lick
it.
it.
I'm just gonna stop looking at it. I still have it, but I'm just kind of keep following this guy.
I mean, you could shape it into anything, right?
I don't know what this magic item does.
So as Alfie, you pass by one of the doors. You pass by the door that's kind of like, it sounds very like wet inside. You
We're going
see it-
past the slappy door?
You are going past the slappy door. You do see that it opens just a touch, and you see something like very long and red with a bunch of little like almost dimples on it. Like kind of sticking out and like peeking into the hallway.
I'm definitely, this is gonna be like haunted house type. Like,
It seems to reel back and slams the door shut. All you hear is like this big slam, all of you.
yeah, that's
Are
what
you
I thought.
okay?
Just scared away whatever's behind that door. With
You hear
scared
your
away.
new friend say, "Oh, that's just Odo. It's harmless. It's fine."
Oh,
I think
sorry.
Glenn's-
Gestures. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say Glenn softly, like, I think they're afraid of us.
The sentiment is reciprocated.
Of course, no name. You see that the trail leads forward and turns to the left. And your new friend gestures to this door.
Did they give
And
us their
says-
name?
They did not. Not yet.
We got two names. What's their
You can
name?
ask if you want.
I do. I did. I want to.
He was going to give it then. I think other things were said. But he says, my name's Yevgeny.
Yevgeny? It's,
Yevgeny.
Yevgeny.
Yeah.
It's nice to meet
Yevgeny.
you.
Yev. Can I call you Yev?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is the room where
That daddy let Mishka have.
Daddy. Who's Daddy?
Oh, sorry. I'm not supposed to call them daddy. Mommy, I guess. It really depends on the day. The abbot.
The abbot is Mommy and Daddy.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And what does Mommy and Daddy do for you?
They made me.
They made you.
Yeah.
Do you do anything for mommy and daddy? Do you have a purpose?
I take the faces.
That's all that Mommy asks you to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every man just... Oh, you told them I said daddy you gave them any affection. Anyway, Mishka stole and like points towards it and then like seems to go into the opposite door and just like he goes inside but like he just like peeks out. You can see the face is slightly hanging to the side as he like looks out.
I go, you got a little fix. It's a little crooked.
Oh, one moment. And you see, like, reaches for something, and then you see he, like, pulls out another nail and, like, slips it and starts, like, pushing it into the rows and rows of hanging faces and just sticks it into
It's
his
like a
chin.
toothpick in a really tall sandwich.
No.
Just
That's
Mm.
gives a bit of
great.
effort.
That's
I don't like that image.
a face sandwich.
I like him.
He's a
kinda
cute.
No Name's gonna walk up to the door and will knock.
You hear... Make me a perception check, actually.
God, I'm not good at those. Hey, I'm decent at those.
Very nice. So as you're kind of listening and you go to knock on the door, you hear it sounds like very quiet laughing that's going on inside, and then you hear what sounds like kind of very breathy sobs. But as you knock, everything goes quiet.
And he went in there?
No, it's so he's in here, just kind of watching. The noise was coming from the door to the left.
I'm sorry, what was her name again?
Mishka.
So he's
Mishka?
just standing in a... Oh, that's, I guess...
He's standing in this doorway here.
That's just
Just
his little
chilling.
hovel.
Is that his room? Is that the room? Or are you just standing
it's
there to
my
be...
room, yeah,
Okay.
for now.
Mishka?
And you hear from inside.
Yes.
Hello, can we have a word?
Are you here to bring the face juice?
Yes, we have face
Yeah.
juice for you.
You hear whispers start to go on, and the whispers get louder and louder until the door opens, like quiet. And you just see like it's still kind of hard to see. There's no windows in this room at all. It's just cloaked in shadow. Of course, Ghislaine, everything is in black and white for you. So all you're seeing is just a shadowy figure standing in the doorway there, No Name. But Ghislaine, you see that same very slender figure with the extremely long, perpetually wet hair, just kind of standing there.
The mouths? Do I see any of the mouths?
Where do you think the whispering's coming from?
Yeah, it's
You
probably
kind of
true.
look over, you see like a peep of one, like on her shoulder. It's tight-lipped right now.
Hello, Mishka. Can I ask, did Mommy do this to you?
You see that kind of looks around a bit and like looks at the ground and then looks back up at you, that big singular eye. And as she speaks, you can hear that's like very quiet chittering of a whisper as she talks and says,
I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you.
It's okay. We're friends.
You're a stranger.
We're friends of Mommy.
and you just hear this like high-pitched whine, and as like she starts to hum, you hear just this like small localized cacophony of humming coming specifically from her. Ghislaine, you see those lips pierce, almost like it's humming as well.
Are they like harmonizing?
It sounds like a very discomforting harmony.
If you could find a bard that could teach you to harmonize your voices, it could be like a one-person choir.
That would be very nice.
That would be nice.
Does someone bring you eye juice, or do you normally collect it? As I'm like yelling from the hallway, very interested in this whole place going on. There's this whole shebang going on.
You hear her say,
Sometimes they give me the eye juice. Sometimes I'm left barren.
Oh,
And
it is. Oh,
no, go for it. You were talking.
is there anything we can do to help?
Do you need the eye juice because you're collecting it, or do you need the eye juice because you don't have an eyelid?
My eye. It hurts.
There's so many faces, right? We got with lids. There's beautiful eyelashes.
you hear Yevgeny say, "But they're my faces.
Sharing is caring.
What do I get in return? A face?
Friendship.
What can I do? Can I wear it?"
Both,
You've never had a
maybe?
friend?
What's a friend?
Oh no, they're all so sad.
I'm so sad right now.
Are they friends with each other?
Yeah. Why don't you be friends with each other?
What's a friend?
Do you guys hang out and talk?
And you just hear the humming going on again from Mishka, and then you hear Yevgeny kind of join in this humming.
See,
don't-
like that. There you
guys-
go.
You're friends.
I think we need to. I think we need to go. I think we need to
I
go.
think we need to go.
Okay. All right.
As you kind of say, I think we need to go, you hear from behind you, Serana, behind Bay, you hear that very kind of ethereal tone of the abbot say, "Go where?"
Leave this place. This
Oh,
this room, as we're going to have a lot to talk about during lunch. But you made it here. What's happened to them? Are they cursed?
and
Are they
you
okay?
you see the abbot, they're so big. They
Big.
smile towards you very brightly, like bright white teeth, all very just straight, pearly.
Oh,
They
they're
just
straight.
say- Yeah.
Yep.
unfortunately. They're only interested in other non-binary people. Wait, that's gay. So they say, if you'd like, we can have an early lunch and talk about it.
I'd like that a lot.
I'd like
Yeah.
that too.
That'd be
In a
nice.
different room? In a different place?
Yes. Back in the hall.
Yeah.
And they turn around and start kind of leading you back into this little kind of alcove that has a door. They open it and you see that it exits into a courtyard.
I'm gonna wave at our new friends and be like, bye. See you later, I guess.
They wave to you as well. Just like you see that eye staring at you from out the window or out the door. Just like waving very lightly. And says,
Sorry, I don't have any eye juice for you.
I'll
Sorry,
find
guys.
it later.
As you begin to kind of leave and follow the abbot, you see they lead you through a courtyard. Let me see here. What's this courtyard? Huh. Interesting. You see that as you walk, you see that it's very thick fog that's kind of settled in this courtyard area. As you
Same
move,
fog.
it almost, yeah, it's like this very dense, very low to the ground fog. Like as you walk, it almost kind of kicks up and swirls around all of you as you begin to move through it.
I hold my breath.
You hold your breath. It doesn't take long for you to cross the courtyard back into that first area that you had arrived with the long table, the gorgeous kind of stained glass windows that are there, you see that there is a spread that is now on the table. You see that there is a few wine bottles that are now set there, numerous glasses. Everything looks very clean, very fresh in this area. There's grapes and cheeses and meats that are sitting. Very charcuterie-esque spread.
Oh, love a charcuterie.
Charcuterie.
Bone apple tit, guys.
They lead you into this hall. I'm just going to bring us back to the main page. The landing page with the dildos.
It's
a
not
heads
a
up.
cactus.
The cactus. The abbot leads you back here and seems to take a seat kind of on the table behind, the seat behind, right in the dead center of where one of those like large stained glass windows are. You can see some of the light flowing in, almost kind of illuminating them. It's almost like a rim light. It's outlining them as they sit down.
Rim light.
Rim light?
Rim light's my favorite kind of light.
Ooh. You see they gesture to the delicious spread in front and says, "Please sit down. You can ask me any question that you'd like."
Okay, what's up with those people? What did you do to them?
I didn't do anything.
Did you make them?
Oh,
I
they...
did. I
So
made
you
them.
you did do something to them then?
I created them.
From what?
Well, from various things that other people take for granted. Things that need to be reused, reduced, and recycled.
Bodies?
Why?
Well, and you see that like Basilka's kind of standing near the edge of the table, almost with like a serving tray in her hands. It says, "Eventually, it led me to make Basilka. But they're all beautiful, aren't they?"
One is in agonizing pain that it goes searching for eye juices every night. I wouldn't call that a good existence.
Oh, it's... I should note that down to get them more droplets for their eye. Yeah.
You should get them eyelids.
Can you put a
Sorry,
face?
this is their completed forms?
Yeah. Eyelids and like a
Yes.
tear duct. A tear duct would be nice.
Basilka, and looks to Basilka and says, "Would you fetch me a parchment and pen? I'd like to write this down." And Basilka nods and kind
You
of puts the
hadn't-
tray down.
You hadn't thought of this before.
No, I just thought they were perfect the way they were.
Do they do anything or do they just sit down there and do that?
Well, they wander around sometimes, play their games. I don't intrude on their free time.
May I ask why you created them?
Well, I thought there are many here when I came who seemed to suffer. Many who died, perished. I had brought many back. Many did not seem happy to be back. So I thought, why not make ones that were happy? Why not put some together?
Why would someone not be happy?
I don't know.
Where did the bodies come from?
As you say that, you hear this knocking. Kind of the main door that's in this area. You hear kind of a pounding. And you hear, "Delivery! It's a big one this time. Sorry about the miss." And you see the abbot kind of stand and say,
That
"Oh,
hurt, man.
right on time." And you see them kind of hum happily to themselves as they begin to almost glide towards the door. And you see,
Oh no, I forgot.
you see the door open. These like large oaken double doors, seemingly fairly well taken care of, unlike the rest of this place. There's a kind of scraggly man standing outside, balding, kind of gray black hair, very much like the big round kind of horseshoe ring, fully like shiny bald on top, big bushy beard. You see that the abbot kind of takes a few coins out of a purse that's there and gives it to the person. And they say, "Do you want me to offload it like usual?" And they say, "Give us just a moment." And the abbot turns back towards the group of you and says, "Do you want to see?"
Yes.
No.
Please. Gestures to the door.
Their bodies, right? We know their bodies.
Oh yeah.
No Name is gonna whisper to Ghislaine while the abbot's on the other side of the room. You need to ask this person whatever it is you need to ask them, because if we have to stay here for very long, I'm afraid of what I might do.
Point taken. All right. I will get on that.
Serana, do you go and check out what's in the little corpse wagon?
You know, it's like when a puppy dies. It's like, how long do you wait until you get another one?
Oh, you're looking for Stanithan 2.0. Okay.
Oh my god, yes.
Sorry.
Yes,
I don't know. Hey, hold on. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. You know, sometimes you just go and you look, and then if one gives you the eyes,
Oh my god.
Everyone gives you the eyes. Yes. So
think-
you head outside and begin to kind of look. And you see this fairly large kind of pile of corpses that are there. And I would like you to give me an intelligence check, please.
how do people pick new spells each day?
I know, right?
It's
hard.
maddening. All right, intelligence check.
Yep.
Where is it? Oh, that's the top. That's a save. Wait, can I just click the number for? Nope. Yes, the tiny little word. Aha. I'm gonna use an advantage.
All right. Go ahead. I'll subtract it for you because
It'll
Emma
probably, with my string of luck, it's gonna be a 7.
see. What'd
Nope.
you get? Is it where's
Hey,
19? So you take a look at this, and as you like look down at what's here, it is like numerous bodies, of course, all
A lot of
seemingly
bodies?
dead. A lot of bodies.
How
You
many
look down.
bodies?
It looks to be probably around like 15-ish.
That's a lot of bodies.
It's a lot of bodies. As you look down, yes, corpse custom is here. I mean, technically. So as you kind of look through, there's a couple that stick out to you. Couple that you
Is it the rigor
recognize.
mortis? Because they're.
You
Never mind. Sorry.
yeah, it's
Corpse
they're
joke.
gigantic.
No.
Give me a moment while I try and pull up.
What NPCs did they like the best?
Yeah. You see one of
Oh my
the
God, you guys.
bodies that is there, very pale. You see that his eyes are still open. You see Father Lucian Petrovic from Valaki.
He doesn't like us.
You see him there, eyes wide open. As you look around, you're noticing a few people that you saw in passing that were in Valaki who are in this cart. But the one that really catches your eye is you see one that's like half charred, like half their entire body is completely just burned away. But the one thing that sticks out for you is that slight graying curl that went down the front of his head, and his smaller stature, his very flourishing clothes. And you realize that this half-burned corpse is Baron Vargas Balovic,
This
the
motherfucker.
burgomaster of Valaki.
Now he's
Oh.
wild.
Oh, he was a bitch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Little
He was
bitch
the one who
boy.
kicked you out of Valaki. Or
Little
Is
said
bitch
he
so.
my
boy.
new Stanathan? No,
Burn,
no,
we could
no.
get
Take
hot
his
cells.
face.
Besides the burn thing, can I tell how they died? I'm cleric after all. I know things about
Mhm.
death and magic and stuff.
You can make me a medicine check with advantage because you got so well on your intelligence check.
Okay.
As you like take a look, and the abbot like leans towards you and says, "I am very happy you're so interested."
Like I'm like looking at them like you know those bargain bins that are like the
Mhm.
impulse lane full of the random stuff in like the front of a Walmart that's
Yeah.
like DVDs and there's like the wax scented things you melt in a thing and you're just like what's on sale or like the clearance. I'm kind of scoping.
Yeah, you're scoping.
Oh my
There's some
God.
good bodies, but you realize as you kind of look down at them that many of them have been partially drained of blood.
Who else came out with me? Because I know
I don't know. Did anybody else come out?
I'll
Look
follow
at
the
all the
abbot
bodies.
wherever
did
the
Esmeralda
abbot
come
is.
out? Did Faye
Esmeralda
come out?
did, of course. Esmeralda comes out and says, kind of looks it over and says, "Oh, that fucking asshole's dead," like gesturing towards the burgomaster. Thank God.
Yes.
Thank the Morning Lords that he's dead. Awful.
I lift up like the head of one of them that's probably got all like, you know, all over the neck or something.
Yeah.
And I go, look.
I'm looking.
Well,
Just Esmeralda. I'm just saying. I just nod. I'm like,
The-
I get it. I get
The
it.
abbot kind of like puts a hand on your shoulder and says, "I feel that we are kindred spirits, you and I."
Perhaps a bit. I am also under. How do I word this? Things should not be put to waste
Indeed.
if they can be useful.
Would you like to help me?
No,
Why?
I have stuff I have to do.
Oh,
If I didn't have literally like 100 things that I was trying to do right now, maybe.
understandable.
I'm very curious on the magics that are being used here.
are you gonna make more like the ones downstairs?
Do you come out, Ghislaine?
Yeah.
Yeah, you put your
Ghislaine's
head out.
following the abbot with the after talking to No Name is like
Yeah,
I
like
just
ask the
need to talk to
question.
the abbot. Yeah.
Yeah, you head outside too, and the abbot looks to you and says, "Maybe I want to experiment more. I've been curious about how many arms one can hold."
Well,
A
okay.
metaphorical army, if you will.
Like from soft boss music is starting soon.
Interesting. But I do have I was headed here in the first place. I do have an urgent matter I'd like to talk to you about.
Of course. What is that you need?
Someone that I love dearly has been taken by hags, and I need to know if I can save them.
Hags.
And they're not like
Horrible creatures.
disguising the distress, kind of.
Mhm. The abbot comes up to you and like puts their hands up towards your face and almost cradles it very gently. You can feel like the warmth in their hands as they take it. It's almost loving. You can feel emanating from them. And they say, as long as they are, as long as the soul is willing, I can bring them back, but it will require a few things.
Alright, what do you need?
They are part of a coven.
I think so.
The coven shall need to be destroyed. All other members destroyed.
I figured as much.
There is something in their possession. A gem. This blackened stone called a heart stone.
Of the coven?
Yes. We need this. We will use this. We also need the one that he wished to bring back.
Okay.
And I will let you know. They must be destroyed before they can be returned.
Not to be rude, but they won't come back like the experiments, right?
Oh no. No, I have ways of returning the soul to a body. But they are just bodies. No souls.
I was just gonna ask that.
What happens when they die?
They are dead. They are but flesh once again.
There seems to be a spark of something in them. If not a soul, something. They're not inanimate objects. They seem to feel.
Oh. Basilka, write that down. You see Basilka just writing things down, has brought parchment and he's scribbling.
Like
That is good
Serana,
to know.
I have the math just going in front of my face. I'm just it's now all of these the arcane formula and the divine magic formula that normally just in my head, now whoever else is in my head gets to hear all that shit. So this is gonna be boring or exciting, who knows. So now I can just be like, but how was sentience? How was sentience bestowed upon the bodies? They were dead. How do you get a sentience without a soul? And just I'm just going over a whole bunch of questions here.
As you say, how do you gain sentience without a soul?
In my head too.
Yeah, in your head, how do you gain sentience with a soul? You hear the thing whisper back to you.
You should have asked your friend Kiora.
Ooh.
Why? Just why?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know?
I would, yes.
Oh, I know you would like to know. There's one thing I want before I tell you. I want you to kill something.
We kill shit all the time.
Yes. But it must have a soul.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All
Yes.
right.
I want it. We want it. Now.
Well, one of the really old texts from the church, there was a lot of great knowledge passed down. It did say that you don't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you get what you need.
Oh my fucking
You gain
god.
Nephis.
Inspiration for you. They say, I will ponder this. So for a while, Serana's just standing there very quietly.
Just praying.
Back
I'm not.
inside, just Ghislaine, you're outside talking to the abbot, and all of a sudden, Serana's really quiet and contemplative. Back inside, Alfie and No Name, you are with Bay. And you see Vasilka standing by the edge of the door, writing things down. But you are at the table with cheeses and meats. Is there anything that you'd like to do while you're quasi alone?
I'm stuffing my face and filling my pockets.
Pocket
I don't want
bacon.
nothing to do with these goddamn dead bodies.
Pocket cheese.
I do like Vasilka, but I am wary.
No Name is watching Alfie eat all this stuff. She is not partaking. Out of an abundance of caution.
Oh, that's valid. That's really valid.
You see Bay pick up one of the slices of cheese and kind of look at it for a moment and like stick out what looks like a leafy tongue and just like lick the cheese. And then their face kind of twists a little bit, like their eye twitches, and you see them just put the cheese back in the pile. Ew.
All right then. I'm not doing anything really. I'm waiting for them to be
All right.
fucking done.
Yeah.
Is there a body that is damaged the least? Maybe one with just like nice sturdy body. Maybe just, you know, a little bit of blood loss, or like maybe it was like just a broken neck or something.
Yeah, you see like this very I would say it's kind of average build gentleman, very much dad bod sort of thing. Definitely looks like maybe when he was running he like slipped and tripped and like broke his neck. Just the saddest death.
Is there I feel like that would be difficult to like hide if we're going somewhere, like for like a weekend at Bernie's type situation. But like, is there a smaller, like a more petite, perhaps, like a maybe like an old person? Because a zombie's a zombie, right?
Old lady, yes. You find an
like a
old
little
lady in the.
lady.
You find
Like,
a
it's
little
just-
old lady
she
in the
just
pile.
smells weird. It's
I
just
would
grandma.
love that.
You find like a little old lady who you look down and you look through. You imagine that they thought she was dead and put her in the pile, and then she's definitely died since, like on the way. She did not die in whatever happened.
Maybe she like fell and like fucked her hip up or something. I go, this one.
And the abbot turns to you and says, "Oh, okay.
Can I have it?
Of course." And like reaches down and I have to look at something really quick. The abbot is like very slight of like very kind of not petite. They're tall, but they're not imposing.
How tall?
I would say about like 5'10".
Oh, the same height as me.
Hey. So you see that they like push the bodies away in the cart with ease, and you see they just reach down and easily lift up this body. This is absolute dead weight. It seems like nothing to them. Here.
Are you really strong?
Thank you.
Do you work out?
I do. Do you want me to tell you my regimen?
Yeah.
Is it
Did some
lifting dead
calisthenics this
bodies?
morning. That's hold. You can just leave it there because it was at the
Okay.
bottom. You can just set it down.
They place on the ground.
I'm gonna animate.
Yes. So what does it look like as you animate old Mildred here?
I'm looking. Do I need to? Is it like it only? Hold on. I gotta. Is it like within the last day or some shit? Hold on.
It's in
let
within
me-
the last day. You got a fresh bod.
Let me look. Well, I'm
Like
seeing it.
2
I gotta
hours
read the
ago.
spell. The spell creates beep beep beep, abuses number burp burp burp, bippity boppity boopity boop 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 boop. Turn I can use whatever stats. No, I just want.
You have 24 hours to control it.
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah. But it just like it's not like the body has to be a certain age.
No.
So
you're
it could be
fine.
just an old crusty thing too. Okay,
Yep.
cool. No, yeah, no, I get grandma up.
Yeah, eventually. So what does it look like as you raise grandma up? Hips and all.
I feel like Serana would just put her hand that's not holding her shepherd's crook over the chest. No, over the face of the old lady, and then just like this I mean, it's necromancy is the spell. Just this like black shit just kind of goes into like the face holes in the mouth and stuff to like, you know, gotta get him up. Gotta
almost-
do the fake EKG with magic. Clear. You know.
Ghislaine, you're the one witnessing this here, and you see it's almost like this. It's very different from what Serana has done before with Stanithan. You see this like black ooze drip out of her hands and like into this thing's like face holes and all the crevices just seeping in like
Face
ink.
juice.
So much face juice. And you see eventually Mildred begins to rise, and you hear as they like creak back to life.
Can't even tell a difference.
Oh, Serana, that's different. I've never seen you do the. There's a lot of liquid there.
Have you seen me? Did you really paying close attention when I made Stanithan? I don't think it seems much different.
No, probably not. But it seemed less juicy.
Was it extra juicy?
It was a little juicy this time. Yeah.
The
I mean,
episode it was fairly juicy. I am very impressed, though. You are.
But there's no soul. There's-
You are still quite impressive.
No sentience, though.
Yeah. How did you manage to give your creations personality? They have desires of their own.
Love. Lots of love that came from me. I love every single one of them. All 4. 5 with Vasilka.
Yeah.
Yeah, as they say 4, back inside, you see like you're looking, Alpha, you're munching, and your head turns and you see that like long, like pinkish tentacle kind of creep around the corner, like looking to like poke and enter into this holy long lunch table.
This is my fucking hell.
Throw like a grape at it or something.
Just want some. They just want some food.
Yeah,
Just
I guess
hungry.
they're not evil. I'm more scared of the abbot at this point than I am of the critters they have created, because they just seem pretty chill but gross.
Why are you
Yeah.
scared? Anyway.
It's like trying to inch its way in. You see like it opens the door a little bit more.
Can I throw it a bread roll?
Yeah. As you
Not
throw
like
it.
at it,
bread.
but to it.
Okay, make me an athletics check, please. I'll throw
Oh
this.
my god, can you make a token of Mildred out of my old lady warlock characters?
I will
Sure.
definitely do that.
Here, I made it an art reader. Let me send it to
You just hear like just the wailing of this old lady.
you. Look! I DM'd it.
Let's see. I will make it. Oh my god, yes. I will definitely do that. It's amazing. So you throw this, but you don't throw it quite far enough. And you see it lands like maybe 10 feet from the door. But you do see whatever it is, it starts to enter the room and like head towards the bread roll. And what you see, it just looks like an octopus. You see like 8 appendages that are just slinking across the floor towards this bread.
Is
You can
it
make me a
fleshy
perception
or
check if you'd
octopusy?
like.
What?
I said you can make me a perception check if you'd like. It's fairly fleshy.
I don't need to perceive that. I'm good.
It's made of
I'm
tongues.
good. I'll mage hand the bread
tongues?
closer so it does not have to. I
What
literally
kind of tongues are that long?
You
What
throw-
animal has tongues that long? What are
There's
you,
a lot
giraffes?
of-
The Barovian giraffes?
You
There's
take
a lot
the
of extra
bread,
tongue.
you throw it towards this tongue creature, and you see it like inches its way up to it and takes it and then slinks back out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about as much interaction as I want.
You've also seen this this tongue octopus thing enter the
Great.
room.
Beautiful.
Tonguetopus.
The
Oh, can't say
tonguetopus.
that. Can't say that.
This is everybody's favorite creature. The
You know, I'm sure this one has a very special purpose.
That's a very specific.
The
Yeah,
abbot's alone in this place. I get it. I get it.
the abbot's
see
trying to
this,
get
like-
some tussie.
You see that it leaves like a little slime trail and it's gone. You see it's
Not
just
the
like
snail trail.
it's like kind of reddish.
He needs some milk.
Need some milk
So
and a soul.
Ghislaine, as everyone's kind of talking and you're left with this this almost a quest in a sense. You know what you have to do. You have to destroy the rest of the coven, have to bring Fern back here, get this heartstone, and she needs to agree. And she needs to die. There's quite a few things that you need to do in terms of this, and it's not the best. But you have drawn the Fates card. Fates card allows you to alter an event or the outcome of an event. Not quite a wish, but if something has happened or something that will happen, you can reverse it or change it. If you'd like, you can think on it for a bit. But you do have that. You feel almost this, though it's very dark in the sense, what you have to do, because the way is clear, there's almost this clarity. And you feel almost like something is watching and waiting. Do you want a minute?
Yes, I think I might. Because I can't change. There are big things that I can't change, so I'm trying to think maybe there's something that I can change that's going to happen.
Maybe. As you think, the abbot heads back inside. I'm guessing as do you, Serana, with your new friend. Ethel.
Mildred.
Mildred, thank you. You begin to head in, and of course, No Name and Alfie, you see the abbot re-enter this place, claps their hands together and says, "Well, let us eat then, especially with our new friend," and gestures over to Mildred, going, "Ah," as they wheeze out.
No Name just takes a deep breath.
They look to you and say, "You look tense."
I'm
not
fine.
really hungry. Did you need to talk to us? I know you invited us to stay with lunch, just stay for lunch, but
I was going to say, and they turn to Vasilka. They say, "I'm not sure when they will be back, but," and they look to all of you and say, "Do you think Vasilka's beautiful?"
Sure.
Sure.
Did I go back inside eventually?
Yeah, you wander back inside as well, and you hear this.
like full honesty, yes.
Yes.
I think she's very pretty.
I think she's beautiful.
Maybe we could like brush her hair though. Maybe put it in like a little high pony.
That would be
Um,
lovely.
You know.
If you are heading to the east, there is a I will pack it with them. If you could bring Vasilka to Castle Ravenloft, I would be ever so grateful.
Are you not invited to the wedding?
And you see, like, the abbot, for the first time, their face twists in confusion, like that, like very serene look twists a bit, and then they correct it immediately, goes back to serene and say, "Oh, I didn't know Vasilka was getting married already. That is wonderful to hear."
No, not that. I apologize. I mean, does Vasilka fancy someone at the castle?
Oh, yes. And like they go over to Vasilka and gently put their hands on Vasilka's shoulders. Vasilka looks over to the abbot almost with like some admiration in her face.
I'm like
And-
side-eyeing No Name.
The abbot says, "Vasilka is to be the Lady Strahd's new bride. I made Vasilka just for her."
Oh my fucking god.
Maybe there can be 2 weddings. Who says weddings have to happen one person at a time? Why not
Is
just?
there another marriage happening? As they're like petting Vasilka's head.
Well, yeah.
Is the
I think
abbot
Strahd gets married every other day.
I think Strahd's doing like a group wedding situation.
Oh, Vasilka, you must go
Yeah,
then.
Strahd might marry Olive Barovia by the end of the year, I heard.
Oh,
Strahd's kind of a hoe. Like a dutiful hoe.
I
Like
mean,
a
it's
very
I like it.
dedicated,
task.
committed.
the Lady Strahd just needs love. That's all.
yeah.
That's all
Lots.
we need is love.
So you made Vasilka for Strahd?
Yes.
Does Strahd know this? Or will it be a surprise?
Strahd knows. Yes, I've kept them updated with all of Vasilka's progress. Vasilka, show them your dancing. And Vasilka like steps away, and you see like Vasilka in the center, no music at all, just like starts to dance. It's very great. Actually, I'm gonna roll for it. I just want to see how well they do. How well does Vasilka do with this dance? In
No
this
music when we have a
fuck-
bard? No music?
No music. A 5. Vasilka trips over her own legs, and you see the abbot like just loom over Vasilka and say, "This is not what I taught you, Vasilka." Vasilka just kind of looks up almost in like a little bit of like fear of the
How
abbot.
can you dance with no music? Here, let me
Vasilka
help.
learned that way.
I'm a help. I want to dance with Vasilka.
You go up to Vasilka. Does
Start
what is
playing
No
my
Name's feelings in this moment?
I don't like it.
lute.
Mm-mm. So you are not liking it as Sarana goes over to dance with Vasilka. The abbot looks and says, "Does anyone play music?"
Yeah, I'm already getting out the instruments.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, Vasilka. We have music.
The mage hand is doing the triangle.
May
Mage
I
hand on the
invite-
triangle. You playing the lute. What else you got?
Maybe like a mouth harmonica.
Just you're like one man band, just going through it. It's great. So you begin just jamming out, just tooting all the horns. I'd like you to make me performance check, please.
Absolutely.
I'm very excited for this.
If this goes well, it's gonna sound like the Bridgerton soundtrack.
Should
I
have
don't
sent
understand.
Mildred to
How about
dance
that?
with her.
You should have, but it's you.
It's me.
It's you. 24. That's great. So you play a beautiful concert. As you play, Sarana, you can make me an acrobatics if you'd like for dancing. Sure. I want to see how good you are at dancing.
What
about
performance?
You know what? Can
Garrison,
I give
Make me
Sarana
performance.
a
Bardic inspiration?
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Absolutely.
Is that
That's
like
what I'm
a
spending
what is
on.
that? Is that like a D6 or is it D8?
It's
What
a
are you
D8
at?
now.
The D8 now.
Yeah. Vasilka.
I'm gonna use one of my
You're gonna need
advantages.
that.
Okay.
wait.
one
I'm
of your
using
advantages.
advantage.
Okay. B is using an advantage to dance.
So now I should be at 6.
All right. Yep. You should be at
Way
6
better.
now.
And then you said a D8.
19 plus
Yeah.
a D8.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah,
23 to
23.
dance with this corpse.
Vasilka! I mean, Vasilka looks like stitched together people, but
She's
it's
people.
not. This smells fairly nice, surprisingly.
Yeah, I want to lead. I
yeah,
want to.
You 100%.
I can tell
lead.
the abbot just perfect embalming skills.
It's gorgeous as you just float along as Alfie begins to play. The music swells. While this dancing is happening, Ghislaine, No Name, what are the two of you doing?
I think Ghislaine is contemplating the task ahead of them, but also leaning on the table and watching this all go down and just being like, well, this is interesting.
I'd like to say that I wanted to do the dancing and get caught up in the music and everything because I want to, with the flourishing and whatnot, I want to cast message and whisper at No Name. I want to say, this is another way into the castle.
I brought you a wedding present. Surprise, it's another bride. All brides.
Can we
Oops, all
stop
brides.
giving
All
Strahd
brides.
brides for the love of God?
Everybody's a bride now. It's in the game. Go
There,
ahead, No Name.
there are other things we need to do before we go back to that castle.
I think that's all you can get for that message. That's all. It was
Yeah.
just to, it's like to explain kind of the what's going on right now, from me to you, because I'm not comfortable here either.
No Name, from the corner of your eye, you see peering in through that door that you saw the other the tongue, tongue octopus. There we go.
Tongue-to-poid.
Octung puss.
Octung. Octung puss.
It's not better.
You look through and you see like 4 entities standing there. You see Yevgeny, you see Mishka, you see the octopus. You also see another, which looks to be much taller than the others, 7 feet tall, slender, long legs. And they almost seem like they're facing, it's just, all you can see is hair, but their joints are all facing backwards.
Mm-mm.
Rakshas. Arms.
I feel like I want to put these creatures out of their fucking misery.
They're
But
just
also
standing
give them
there,
hugs.
just like watching. You can
No
sense the
Name
sadness.
is frustrated. No Name just opens the door and is like, come join the festivities.
Yeah, you as they say that, Yevgeny looks to you and says, "Thank you so much. You're my best. Is it friend? Are we friends? Is that what friends are?"
Sure.
And you see them like take their pinkies and the large pinkies and loop it into like the mouth hole of the faces and stretch it into a smile before they just start like wandering into the room. You see like there's like chittering whispers as Mishka roams in, the slopping and slurping of this tongue tentacle creature as it moves in, and the backwards walking of this 7 foot tall entity.
Oh, I want to see them
In a
dance.
trench coat. That has nothing to do
Can I just say,
with.
are you telling me
Three
the
kobolds?
abbot,
Does it look like it could potentially be 3 kobolds? I'm just saying.
No, unfortunately.
Did the abbot really make these creatures the way that they are, going, that's a person, I'm getting closer every time? Like the abbot really made a
No.
backwards person and went,
No, did you
Yep.
not hear what
almost
that?
there.
Did you not hear what the abbot just said? They were like, "What about if you just put all the arms? How many arms can you put on a person?"
No,
Abbot's
They're
fucking
still playing.
insane.
Listen,
Yeah.
you can't say insane. Sometimes
they're wackus bunkers.
you don't. You want to think. What is it that you wondered so hard if you could
That you didn't
didn't
about it,
think
you should.
that you should?
exactly. And the abbot did.
And I'm like boggled by just the magical prowess involved in doing this.
How does the abbot look now that I've let all of these people in?
You see the abbot look over, and there is just this smile that is brought to their face.
Is it a real smile though? Can I insight?
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna use an advantage.
Yep. You can definitely use an advantage on that one.
Listen, the last church person we met, it didn't go well. Look what happened. This got damn.
Amazing. So, I forget if you did this before. Your channel divinity, that ability that you have to sense fae and fiends and celestial creatures. Did you do that before?
Not here.
Wow.
And that's not a channel divinity, it's
Okay.
divine sense.
My
It's
apologies.
just an ability.
Channel Divinity is my thing.
Wow.
Cleric thing.
Even though you don't use it per se, but there is this sense as you look at the abbot, you look at their features, the way that they carry themselves, and the way that they're able to manipulate life on this level, from letting you know that they have raised people from the dead to basically building up these fleshy creatures with a vague sense of some sort of personality. This person, this entity, is definitely not from this plane of existence, nor from the one that you resided in, nor probably from the ones that everybody else came from. There is this angelic quality to them, but one that is horrendously corrupted.
So like a devil?
Slightly. Oh,
Fallen angel.
Do they seem happy about all of these, like actually happy about all of these people coming in? Why do they keep them in the fucking basement then?
it's just across the courtyard.
Whatever.
Yeah, they were wandering around.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna keep that in mind.
And as Alfie plays, Serana, you dance with Vasilka. Esmeralda eats and horks down cheese in the corner, watching, and No Name, you idly watch by, just a shiver of just not anticipation, but I would say just discomfort. Delanne, have you thought about what the fates will bring you?
To be honest, I'm not exactly sure what it means I could change, so I'm probably going to ask you a few questions about it.
Yeah.
Kind of. But I think Elaine would actually like to kind of like take their mind off it for a second and offer to was it the long-haired one?
Mishka.
Or Mishka, or the like one that's all bendy weird, to like to see if they want to dance, just as like a nice gesture to like, you know,
Y'all
Do
like getting
some-
weird with me?
some socializing of like,
Which
hey,
one
let's
do you
just
ask?
dance. Let's ask Mishka. I am a little afraid of stepping on their hair, but
It's
we'll
like
give it a
just
try.
like swinging like above their feet. You go up to Mishka offering to dance, and Mishka just kind of stares up at you, and you just hear these like little whispering, yes, 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 coming from them, and they say, uh-huh. And you take them to the dance floor and begin to dance. And as this happens, you watch the camera kind of pull up and watch down on the room, the swirling, dancing in circles of these two parties that are going, the onlookers, the Alfie being in one-person band. And we fade a little bit. We go back. As it fades, it seems to kind of zoom in. We hear very muffled kind of celebration going on. We hear the music coming from Alfie. We hear the feet clattering against the floor. And we're in some sort of tight quarters. We can see kind of burlap, some sort of bag, kind of bouncing around and jostling, looking to be the inside of Alfie's bag. Camera pans slightly to the side as we see sitting in there, getting jostled around, a very familiar doll.
Oh my fucking
And
god.
that is where we will end tonight's session.
Oh my god.
Bestie, I can't.
Thank you everyone for tuning in to our Curse of Strahd episode. So yeah, we're gonna go back through, reintroduce everybody, go through plugging things, and then also if we have a favorite moment of the game or a favorite part that a player did or something like that. But we're gonna start with Monster.
Hello, I am Monster X8 on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, all the places. I think possibly my favorite part was just having No Name talk to Evgeny and them offering a face, and that's just kind of realizing that like we were terrified, and then they're just like these poor little creatures just like living in this place. They didn't ask to be born.
Very Island of Misfit Toys.
Yes, it is.
All right, thank you so much. And next we have B.
Hello, I am Bikake. You can call me B. I stream art on Twitch Wednesdays through Fridays. That's tomorrow. Yeah. I really enjoyed this game. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like if we just go rampaging around to every place in the world, we just killing everything, it's not the vibe for me. So this is, I think, unfortunately, per that secrety divine sense, me and the abbot probably do have we are kind of kindred spirits a little bit. Who knows? In some ways. I think my favorite part was just seeing everybody's skeeved out faces when you were talking about the monsters, the people, and the
Yes.
tongue to,
Yeah.
you know. Think of
Tungsten.
how many mouths there are to kiss. They're everywhere.
No, I mean that's a strong tongue. A number of them.
No, I meant like the mouths are all over the body on,
Oh
on
yes,
Mishka too.
Mishka.
Like there's
Oh,
lots
Mishka.
of there's the mouth, body, and lots of tongues. There could be like you never know.
What them tongues do.
No.
What the mouth does. All right, and next we have Alfie or Stacy.
Yeah. My favorite part was definitely the introduction of Mishka and like just the conversation afterwards of like, well, how many mouths? Well, but where's the eye?
But how
Which
many?
one? Is it in the center? What do you mean wet hair? The grudge? Yeah, just the skeevies of this whole episode have been great. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And you, of course, are a couple of chums cosplay who actually has a cosplay coming up.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna try and like make some things that'll be pretty sick.
Sick.
Love it. And Emma.
Hi, I'm Emma, also known as Emma Panada. You can find me here on my Twitch or on Twitter at Emma Panada. You can also find me on Twitter at allthewitches_, which is the project Twitter for a TTRPG I'm writing. There's currently a dice giveaway going on. The giveaway ends Friday, so if you want to get in at the last minute, go like and follow and retweet the pinned tweet, and you're entered. But yeah, cool stuff. My favorite part was everybody's taken the the parts that I really loved. I liked that No Name is clearly uncomfortable and doesn't like this, but like can't really do anything about it because Ghislaine needs the abbot's help. And No Name doesn't want to fuck things up for Ghislaine, and so is just like trying to bear it. And that kind of like tension between things is really fun. But yeah, that's me. And last but certainly not least, Matihi, who are you and where can we find you?
Hi, I'm Matihi. I'm mostly here, running Strahd, and also hopefully this Friday we'll see you playing Condo and Airbender
No,
Avatar Legends.
not this Friday. Next Friday. Yeah.
Hopefully, we're gonna be doing that. So I'm there. I'm also hopefully once things are very busy at work for me, but I'm going to try and do some, especially this weekend with Easter, do some streaming. And just kind of get things up and running. As coming this summer, I'm going to be casting for a pirate adventure campaign on my channel. It's going to be gay, it's going to be pirates, it's going to be spooky, but mostly gay and funny. And I'm very much looking forward to that. And then in regards to, I'm also going to be, sometime in May. I need to get the actual date, so I'll say it next time. I'm going to be on Todd Moonbounce's channel playing a noir style game as a photographer. I don't know their name yet, who I'm playing, but they're going to be little non-binary mask person, and I'm very excited. But my favorite part of the game tonight, I think I love seeing all your faces, especially you, Stacy, when I was describing all the things, all the horrendous, lovely creatures that I have in here. And I just very much enjoy Mishka, I think, that entire interaction. I'm very glad all of you went the more diplomacy route with this, and are actually talking to these people. I assume that you would. But I'm still very happy that you all have more taken the chatting method more than anything. But other than that, thank you everyone for tuning in, hanging out, and enjoying Kois of Strahd. I'll pass it back to Emma. We'll be back, of course, next Tuesday.
Yeah. Thanks so much, everybody. If you weren't aware, I have this week off of work, so during the day I'm going to be doing some drawing streams. I'm not good at drawing. I'm trying to just practice and learn. So if you want to watch me struggle to learn to art, you can come and hang out while I'm doing those streams during the day. But yeah, thanks so much. We're going to raid my friend Yogoro, who's currently playing some fighting games. And please go be nice to him, and we will see you all later. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Are we off?
Priya's planning.
Almost.
We're waiting.
Okay.